about these petulant mayors and Democrat officials that say that they will just simply insurrect against the federal government. I refuse to enforce immigration law. I refuse to allow federal agents. In fact, I will use my armed agents. So an insurrection's definitionally is an armed uprising against the federal government and the authorities of the federal government. So the mayor of Denver saying he's going to use his armed police force to fight federal agents to protect criminal aliens and violent gangs in Colorado is an insurrection by definition. Tom Homan, the new Border Czar, saying, I am willing to jail the mayor of Denver, the governor of Illinois. You want to go to prison? I'm happy to put you there. They are breaking the law. Man, this is how you win, baby. Let's go. Have a listen.
Tom, you heard this mayor out there in Colorado. I want to get your reaction to it, and I want you to be clear about who has jurisdiction, the federal government or state and local governments. And if you're a sanctuary state or city, are you breaking the law?
You're absolutely breaking the law. All you have to do is look at Arizona versus U.S. You'll see these breaking the law. But look, me and the Denver mayor, we agree on one thing. He's willing to go to jail. I'm willing to put him in jail. Because there's a statute, it's Title 8 United States Code 1324 III, and what it says is, it's a felony if you knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. It's also a felony to impede a federal law enforcement officer. So if we don't want to help, that's fine. He can get the hell out of the way. But we're going to go do the job. President Trump has a mandate for American people. We got to secure this country. We got to save American lives. And I find it shocking that any mayor of a city would say, President Trump's been clear. We want to concentrate on public safety threats and national security threats. I find it hard to believe that any mayor or governor would say they don't want public safety threats removed from their neighborhoods. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on in Denver, but we're going to go and we're going to fix it. If you don't want to fix it, if you don't want to protect his communities, President Trump and ICE will.
He wants to go to jail. I'm happy to put him in jail, says the new Border Czar, Tom Homan. Ooh, baby. Them's fighting words, right? As they would say in Texas, and the top law official in the state of Texas, a wonderful friend of the show, a true patriot, a man of law and order who has overseen absolute and total lawlessness of the Biden regime and fought back tooth and nail, and we are so thankful for him, along with everything from razor wire to the buoy system and the Rio Grande. It's just a true man of legal authority and bravery. The great Attorney General of the state of Texas, Ken Paxton, joins us live now. Mr. Attorney General, I just want to start by saying congratulations. Like this was a very lonely fight for you over the last couple of years, and some tough battles. We've detailed them on this program, and way to stick it through, man.
You know what? I'm grateful that I'm here on Thanksgiving, still fighting the fight. And I have a lot of people to thank, including the people in my state who supported me. A lot of times I was fighting politicians and people in Washington, but the people in my state have always stuck with me. And as I think about Thanksgiving, that's one thing I'm really thankful for.
Yes. We're thankful for your stance, law and order in the state, and for your stance on free and fair elections. We saw the map of Texas. The map of Texas is glowing bright red over the last couple of election cycles, a trend that, of course, would make Barack Obama blush because he promised us that Texas would flip purple, but it's been the exact opposite. Maybe a message to Barack Obama and Eric Holder, who's done so much to try and flip your state purple.
Look, as long as we protect our elections, and we have fought to do that, make sure they're fair, they're free, they're honest, that there's integrity, Texas is going to be a red state for a long time. The fight is we're constantly in a battle to preserve that. And if we weren't in that battle, we spent many, many man hours and women hours trying to protect our state this time 4 years ago. And that's one of the reasons you didn't see us go like Georgia or Pennsylvania. We were in that fight trying to protect it and preserve. And we were threatening people with lawsuits if they violated state law. We were actually enforcing the laws we had. And we have some battles. We have our Court of Criminal Appeals who struck down laws that allowed me to prosecute voter fraud. We're going to get that back, and we're going to continue that fight. Because ultimately, if we cannot have elections that we trust, we can't preserve our freedoms.
So I want to put up this graphic right here, Klein, please. Punch in. Thank you. So look at this Rio Grande Valley. I mean, I'm sure you've seen this map, but this is absolutely astonishing from 2016 to 2024. The work that you've done in Texas is remarkable, Mr. Attorney General. I think this has to do with, obviously, new voter laws that prevent illegal voting. I know that you said there's still some challenges there, but also the policies of the Biden administration to allow total law. I mean, how many times have they sued you to allow criminal aliens and cartels to human smuggle across your border into the state of Texas?
We've sued them 101 times. Many of those, I think 25 of those were immigration lawsuits, and they've sued us several times trying to stop us from protecting our border, whether it's building a wall or putting up a wire to prevent illegals from crossing the border. They were doing everything possible to help the cartels, work with the cartels to get as many people here as possible, hoping that that map would turn. And it's obviously turned the other way because people that live here, whatever their background, Hispanic, black, white, it doesn't matter. These policies hurt them and they know it. And they know that the Trump administration did more to protect them and the opposite of what the Biden administration was doing.
Yes. So we have Tom Homan there with a clip right before you came on with your governor, Greg Abbott, who I think has also done an excellent job, saying, listen, if these mayors and these state officials, and I know there are some in Texas as well, I think Austin's a sanctuary city. I may be wrong on that. But they're going to defy the federal government and federal law enforcement. And some of these mayors and governors, Democrats, all of them, are threatening to use force against the federal government, to use their own armed police to protect criminal aliens and gang members that are terrorizing Americans. This is by definition an insurrection against the federal government and federal authorities to enforce our immigration laws. Do you define it as such?
Yeah, first of all, in Texas, we outlawed sanctuary cities. As far as I know, we don't have any sanctuary cities because we've threatened to sue every one of them. On the federal side, there's no doubt that the federal government, we've had these battles. We know they have the ability to enforce the laws that are in place. And if a Denver mayor or somebody in Illinois defies that law, there are consequences of that. And they may end up in, as Tom Homan said, and I saw the clip, they very well may end up in prison and should end up in prison if they are aiding and abetting illegal activity, which includes a lot of law breaking, a lot of crimes. And it's amazing to me that you've got American leaders that still want to encourage things that are bad for their citizens. And clearly, if you look at the results, there's not much good coming out of illegal immigration. There's a lot of good coming out of legal immigration.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think you're going to see that in a flip. And the next presidential election cycle, you're going to have a new electoral map that sees Texas gain a ton of seats, and California, Illinois, New York, the sanctuary states, lose seats. I think the people have already voted. People have voted with their feet. Am I wrong?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, our state is the growth in our state. I've been to Florida. I've been to Tennessee. Republican states are generally bringing lots of new people in. So you're right. The numbers are in our favor. They're going to continue to grow. It's amazing that places like California, New York, and Illinois continue to lose people, and they don't get that the policies, the higher taxes, the regulation, the illegal immigration that they encourage, that has a negative impact on their people. They know it, and yet they say, we don't care. We're still going to impose this. And what they haven't fully come to grasp with, we're not like Russia where you can't leave or China where you can't leave. People can cross state borders and they can go where they want to go. And that's exactly what's happening. And our ideas are working, their ideas are failing.
Yes. It's pretty amazing to see how quickly President Trump is able to get consolations out of Canada and Mexico. Just this morning, the Mexican president saying, we promised to stop all migrant caravans. We're going to work with you to stop fentanyl. We haven't heard any of that over the last 4 years. No. Donald Trump threatening a tariff. I'm sure you're totally in support of this, but a pretty remarkable turnabout in just a matter of hours.
Yeah, it doesn't take much. And then the Biden administration literally wasn't trying. They didn't want illegal immigration stopped. They had a plan to use these people for their own means, which I think was to vote. And it's not hard to stop. You can see all President Trump did last time was enforce federal law. He just enforced the laws we had. And you heard Biden complain and Kamala Harris that they just needed new laws. And if they had new laws, then that would be better. But we already know that that was a lie. And you're right. Just imposing penalties on importation of all of their products was very motivating to them, and as you can see, it didn't take a lot of effort on our part to stop the illegal immigration. That's all it would have taken from Biden, and he did not want to do that.
I know that the state of Texas has offered land for deportation facilities, and that the state of Texas is going to obviously coordinate very strongly with the new administration. I'm not sure you could say the same about maybe New Mexico or Arizona, but I know the state of Texas will lead the way. What does that look like from a legal basis in your state and from an operational basis, mass deportations?
Well, look, the federal government has the ability to do this. As a matter of fact, they're required to do it. And so there's nothing wrong with us giving them resources, whether that's land or other buildings or whatever they need. If it is a benefit to our citizens, because of illegal immigration is costing us in all kinds of ways, whether it's law enforcement, crime, healthcare, loss of our kids who are dying from fentanyl overdoses, the whole thing. We benefit by helping the federal government deport people who are here illegally. And so, I applaud the governor for providing those resources. And if somehow we get sued or we have challenges, we'll defend those.
Yes. So there was Fox News footage of mass spikes in criminal alien immigration this morning, some shots from the state of Texas. What's your message to a criminal alien that wishes to enter this country illegally, trying to maybe sneak in before President Trump takes office?
Look, it's amazing that the Biden administration encouraged criminals to come to this country. We had literally had a lawsuit trying to stop them from at least being on our side as it relates to not allowing illegals who are criminals. They fought us. They wanted criminals here. So, the message is pretty clear. I think they're going to be the first target. Those illegals who are criminals are going to be the first targets of the administration, and they will be the first ones out. So they may come here. Some of them may be able to hide for a while, but they're never going to have a settled life in this country as long as President Trump's in office and looking for them. So I wouldn't recommend it. I think it's a bad idea. It's a lot of effort, and ultimately you're not going to have the life that you expected if you come here committing crimes.
Yeah.